Hello, sir. We can start, sir. Must I start, sir?
Yeah, good morning, Dinesh. You can start. Yeah, you can give a groundwork, then I can pitch in.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Very good morning to all. Myself, Mohanraj, Assistant Professor, Karpagana College of Engineering Technology. I welcome you all for the expert lecture on engineers to employability. That is how to bridge the gap between the student skill set and industry requirement. Then welcome our chief guest, Sri Selvam P, General Manager Engineering, CF Limited. Then about his studies, Bachelor of Engineering in Indian Institute of Engineering, Mumbai. He got gold medalist. Then he completed his Master of Engineering in Manufacturing Engineering at AVIT, Chennai. He got gold medalist in 2015. Then he did his MCA in Madurai Kamaraja University. Then is about his work experience. He started joining his work at Lucas TVS as an engineer in 1995 to 1996. Then he joined MRF Limited 1996 to 2004 as a senior engineer. After 2004, he joined CATL and Apollo Tyres Limited in 2004 to 2018 as a divisional head as a manufacturing. Then he currently working in CF Limited from 2018 till now as a general manager project. Then he was as a major role in project management as a speaker, coach, startup, enthusiast, then as a business development. Then he served to automotive and heavy engineering for the past 25 years. Then instrumental in set up 3 greenfield projects for major tire industries. Then greenfield mold and machinery division. Then sir handled various departments in projects like civil, electronics, mechanical, IT, MES, and management. And once again, welcome our previous Sri Selvame to deliver the expert lecture on engineers to employment. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh, for giving me this wonderful opportunity and getting the long and bigger team of your students. And thank you for Mohanraj also for nicely coordinating and arranging this event, I can say. And I can able to explain the the gap between the industry and the college. Basically, I have framed this session as engineer to employability. I'm going to add one more small topic is on the entrepreneurability also, entrepreneur, because of course employment will go on a 2-track. You may be on a career front or you may be on entrepreneur. Yes, somebody will go on a research front that's maybe very lesser or very minuscule. So this is the things now I want to take you for around 1.5 hour session. And how I'm going to give is, first I'm going to tell you what is a ground reality, because for many of you it may be sounds like why you are priming your mind and why you are telling all the very bad situation or the fact about it. But of course we need to understand that where we are now and what is our gap and where we need to go. So that is the main agenda or the motto of this. I can say it's a knowledge sharing session. I don't say it's I'm going to not teach you anything. I'm not going to educate you anything, because today education knowledge are all available in internet and on all the books, etc. I'm going to tell you that where is the gap and how we'll do it. And I'll run some 40-50 slides. I'll not take for much time. And I want to show you a few videos which will really motivate you, instigate you, inspire you. And I can say the fire will be there with you. Yes. So let me start sharing my screen. I'll go. And I want this session to be an interactive session. You can ask anytime, any questions. You can stop me and ask it. It's not for teaching. Absolutely. I'm not a teacher. I'm only sharing my story, and I'm sharing my what all I experience I got and what is my failures. Basically, a lot of failures also we'll be telling in this one, because we always learn from failures. Everybody is not successful in all time. Give me 1 minute for sharing the screen. And please acknowledge if my screen is visible.
Okay, sir. Visible, sir.
Visible, yeah. I'll put on a mode.
வெங்காயத்தை கட் பண்ணிடலாமா? அதை பண்ணிக்கிறேன் பார்த்துட்டு.
Yeah. So good morning, everybody. So I'm planning and I'm putting this show like this, like the engineer, we call it as to employability, and you become an entrepreneur, because in each and every college today is working on the startup and entrepreneur, or we can say incubation cell. So in this respect, let me go and give a brief intro about myself. Mr. Dinesh Kumar has explained me very exorbitantly, very deep, and I'm not going to touch upon all things. What is my, what was and what I'm doing now. And briefly, I'll just take it maybe in 1 or 2 minutes. I'm a project management professional, engineering professional as well. And I was in the speaker in the Digital Age Expo in the UK, and I'm upcoming a couple of books, which is called as Icon to Business Icon and a Shark to Space. Basically, this is all talking about an rising entrepreneur. I'm also in the advisory board of few colleges for the incubation and the startups, and I'm into coaching and mentoring also, because I'm now sharing my values to the people, because all this tremendous knowledge which has been there for me for last 2.5 decades, or I can say 25 years, that I want to transfer to the many of the students, many of the entrepreneurs, and many of the business perspective peoples. This is about myself in a brief intro, and I was been called for many colleges. You can see in Magmat Sadar College, in SRM Iswari, and Kanchipuram Shankara College, and this is my 5th college, in fact, in this year itself, that people want to take my expert opinion and get benefited. So my name is Selvam Parani. Normally people call me Selvam, but he is very silent, because I'm born and brought up in Pondicherry, and my father and mothers are not very much higher educated. They are only 5th standard. But my father is my inspiration. He's an entrepreneur. He has done various business. I have learned a lot of things from him. In fact, I was not much courageous so far, not starting my business, but of late, I have started my own business also in my free time, which I'm helping now for a free, and I'll be monetizing it very shortly. This is about me. I'm also in the new programs which is happening in my company called Smart Factory, and I'm a lead on that one. People, all people today in any industry, it's tire industry or whatever industry. Our industry is one of the state-of-art plan, which is called high automation in this one. And I'm heading the project on Smart Factory, which deals with the data engineer, data scientist, industry 4.0, then IoT, IAOT, etc. Then now you can think that, hey, you are a mechanical engineer and industrial engineer. How you are able to handle this? So this is what people will normally think, that I studied mechanical, why I have to go to IT or IT-enabled services, or the other vice versa. Or other one we can say is as I have studied only mechanical, I will only go on an understanding and reading about mechanical. So you don't do a collaboration method of and taking help from the other peoples. Okay. Thank you. So let us make this interactive. If you can keep more videos on, your screen is on, I'll be very, very happy. I'll just pull the screen on the bottom, probably. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, somebody can let the people coming in. Okay, there's a lot of people are coming inside. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. See, let's guys, let us be interactive. Normally coming from the college out, we have an expectations. No, I have a dream that I want to go for this kind of job. So I'm not going to tell which kind of job. If you see on the top picture, people will understand that it may be a mechanical engineer, you can be civil engineer, you can be electrical, electronics, IT, computer science, and today's mechatronics, artificial intelligence, VR, you name it, things are going to come. You have an expectations, and you have a desire also that I'm going to be like that, maybe CEO of a company, CEO of maybe college, CEO of an service industry. So everybody will normally think of, and they have a wish also, because the parents may be pushing it or they may be doing it. And this wish is always towards what is happening, what will get. Basically, everything is what is the recognitions. You got a satisfactions, you got an employment, you will become an entrepreneur, you become a CEO, and of course you get remunerations and you get recognitions, and salary is part of that one. So this is what we see. What is happening is the life goes very flat, and we always say, okay, I finished my college, I'll get a job. This is what everybody in this universe has got, this problem of mindset, I can say, because it's easy, because I finished engineering and I am deemed to get a job. Correct? So people, you can also give me an answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Thiagu and the others people. Okay. But if you see, the reality is different. If you see this picture, of course, you'll get recognitions, employment, salary, entrepreneurship, self-satisfactions. A lot of things are there. I'm not going to list everything. But what is we really face is disappointment. Why? Why we are getting disappointed? Why we are getting dejected? Why we are getting grieved? Why we are getting annoyed? Everything is because the path is not going to be the way which we've seen on the previous picture. It's going to be really like this. It's not a very short path. It's a long path. Unless you are not prepared. In this picture, the bottom is available on internet. Maybe the top one, the bridge, is what I have put. What is this bridge? This is very, very important. Are you want to take up the bridge, or would you want to go on all this bottom and get caught? Obviously, everybody will say that I want to go on the top. Am I right? Yes. Because it's easy, but that is also not easy compared to the previous one. So what we can do first, this is what we are calling as today, the bridging the gap. If you see the previous picture, it was quite short. If you see in this picture, this is very large and long. And on the way, you got fire, you got barbed wire, you got cobwebs, spikes, sharks, everything you got here. This is the ground reality. This is going to be happen, but don't get frightened. Don't get frightened. If you are going on a very higher pace, and if you want to push it very hard, because the bridge ramp is not very straight. If you see here, the bridge ramp is very steep. You have to put your double your effort, more your effort, smartly. Then only you can use this bridge. If you cannot able to put your mindset that I will use a bridge. If you don't use a bridge, yes, you have to follow the bottom path. Are you ready for bottom path? The life will be horrible. That's what today we are talking about. Today we are not going to much teach you. Today we are going to make you to understand, give you a clarity that what is the gap first of all. Because in this world, you know what is the problem? We don't know what is our problem. It's a fact. Many of us don't know what is the problem, or even we know what is our problem. First is to recognize that I have a problem. What is my problem? What is my gap? Then only you can bridge the gap. So that's what the whole things is going to happen. So I'm going to give you some few videos. Would you want to watch these videos, guys? It's available on YouTube, but today we'll be watching on a context. I'm not worried about the content. Content is different. Today we'll see that in what context these videos are going to come today. You would have seen this video earlier. I know people are social media or tech savvy. You are using it for a very good purpose also. But let me today share this for another purpose. Can I do it? Yeah, with your permission.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The screen I need to put off. So first is being Just tell me, screen is visible?
Yes, sir, visible. Okay.
Is a video screen? Is a video screen visible?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Video screen of an NDTV, some NDTV.
No, sir, it's visible only letters, sir. Video.
Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, I'll reshare it. Yes. Sometime I have this problem. I'll reshare it. No.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes. So just listen to this one, and always we have got a female also in this group. And tell
Known
me
for
what
the
is.
outstanding company she keeps, the brilliant management of a truly global living legend, Indra Nui.
I was born in a great democracy. I live in another great democracy. Indians are capable of an enormous amount, and I think accelerating investments in infrastructure would be my number one priority. Any CEO has to be big enough, brave enough, bold enough to face the critics. And personally, I'm ready for all of these things. Mr. President and NDTV, thank you very much for this incredible honor. You know, Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outliers, said, "Who you are cannot be separated from where you came from." I left India 35 years ago, went on to the United States, and had tremendous success in that meritocracy. But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing very much here in India. So I have a lot to thank India for. Now, my 3 lessons I'd like to share with you. First, please be a lifelong student. You know, when we are kids, we ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the bird flying so high? But for some reason, as we get older, that curiosity goes away. And if we're happy with the knowledge we have, then we're actually going to atrophy. So please remain a lifelong student. Don't lose that curiosity. Second, whatever you do, throw yourself into it. Throw your head, heart, and hands into it. I look at my job not as a job. I look at it as a calling, as a passion. And I don't care about the hours. I don't care about the hardship, because to me, everything is a joy. So whatever you do, please look upon it as a calling and a passion, not as a job, not as something temporary. The third and the most important one, please help others rise. Greatness comes not from a position, but from helping build the future. All of us in positions of power have an obligation to pull others up. You know, as I stand here today, I look at my responsibility not as accepting an honor. I look upon it as accepting a challenge and a responsibility, an obligation to actually make it possible for the people who are younger to come up and achieve levels of greatness so they too can be on the stage sometime in the future. So thank you again, NDTV, for this incredible honor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So what are the learnings, friends, students? What any learnings from this?
Curiosity.
Yes, Mr. Thiago, 3 learnings.
So first of all, we want to create some curiosity. So that's one.
Okay. Second.
And we need to help some others.
Yeah. Third. Yeah, so let me recap on that one. She was telling about you have to be a lifelong students. Normally, we think after completing our 4-year course, or maybe after that for PG of another 2 year, 2.5 years, we see that the life is got over because, or I will not study beyond this, or you will not learn. She tells every day is a learning for us, and she's very curious. Curiosity is required, and she'll be a lifelong student. She was a lifelong student. That's the reason for our becoming a CEO of PepsiCo, being an Indian in an USA, etc. Okay. And second is, she is telling about be passionate of what you do. Put your head, heart, and your hand. That's what missing today. We have to put our head, heart, and hand. And third is help each other. Okay. So I will check for you for another video so that you can get a glimpse of one more thing. You okay with the videos, guys?
Yes, sir.
Because these videos, if you see once again with a different perspective, today the context is different. So that's what I want to tell you. We are getting these videos on different contexts, not on the same context what we earlier seen this one. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 minute. I'll just put it on.
SpaceX's lack of experience. 1.6 billion.
Is the video fully visible
Yes, sir.
of Elon Musk?
Novel rule could compromise safety.
Armstrong testified against commercial space flight.
No, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing. And I think that would change their mind. Yeah, those guys are heroes of mine.
There are many more ways to fail than to succeed. For a rocket, there's like 1,000 ways a thing can fail and like one way it can work. You can have a lot of rocket failures.
First stage.
Lift off of the Falcon 9 rocket.
3, 2.
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone.
There need to be reasons to get up in the morning. You know, life can't just be about solving problems. Otherwise, what's the point? There's got to be things that people find inspiring and make life worth living. If somebody is doing something that is useful to the rest of society, I think that's a good thing. Like, it doesn't have to change the world. Like, if you're doing something that has high value to people, I think that's fine. Like, stuff doesn't need to be changed the world just to be good. Depending on how well you want to do, and particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company.
I am somewhat impulsive, and I don't really want to try to adhere to some CEO template. A natural human tendency is wishful thinking. A challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in new ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream? That is a really difficult thing to tell you. Can you tell the difference between those two things? I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. I mean, I think it's like quite painful and difficult. But all those things improve the odds of success. I came to the conclusion that if we can advance the knowledge of the world, if we can do things that expand the scope and scale of consciousness, then we're better able to ask the right questions and become more enlightened. And that's really the only way forward.
That's unreal.
Space is hard, and rockets tend to fail, unfortunately. Even when you've got like a lot of really smart people working super hard to minimize the probability of failure, it's still there, and it's quite significant. People have asked me like, well, why are rockets especially hard? And part of it is like everything has to work the first time. Like there's no, you can't do a recall, you can't patch it. It's like 9 minutes to orbit or it's over. You can never test the rocket completely in the environment that it's actually going to experience. You can't fully recreate something that's moving super fast in a vacuum on the surface of Earth. Like you can only really recreate that in space. I mean, I think it's like quite painful and difficult, honestly, and it feels terrible. Yeah, I mean, the companies that are looking to me to rally them, and I do. But I honestly feel super bad. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA. And we're so hot up, we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. When I was young, I didn't really know what I was going to do when I got older. People kept asking me, but then eventually I thought that the idea of inventing things would be really cool. And the reason I thought that was because I read a quote from Arthur C. Clarke, which said that sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and that's really true. If you go back, say 300 years, the things that we take for granted today would be you'd be burned at the stake for. Being able to fly, that's crazy. Being able to see over long distances, being able to communicate, having effectively with the internet a group mind of sorts, and having access to all the world's information instantly from almost anywhere on the earth. This is stuff that really would be magic, or would be considered magic in times past. In fact, I think it actually goes beyond that, because there are many things that we take for granted today that weren't even imagined in times past. They weren't even in the realm of magic. So it actually goes beyond that. So I thought, well, if I can do some of those things, basically, if I can advance technology, then that's like magic, and that would be really cool. And I also had sort of a slight existential crisis, because I was trying to figure out what does it all mean? Like, what's the purpose of things? And I came to the conclusion that if we can advance the knowledge of the world, if we can do things that expand the scope and scale of consciousness, then we're better able to ask the right questions and become more enlightened. And that's really the only way forward. For any given company, just keep thinking about, are these efforts that people are expending, are they resulting in a better product or service? And if they're not, stop those efforts. And then the final thing is don't just follow the trend. You may have heard me say that it's good to think in terms of the physics approach, or first principles, which is, rather than reasoning by analogy, you boil things down to the most fundamental truths you can imagine, and you reason up from there. And this is a good way to figure out if something really makes sense, or if it's just what everybody else is doing. It's hard to think that way. You can't think that way about everything. It takes a lot of effort. But if you're trying to do something new, it's the best way to think. And that framework was developed by physicists to figure out counterintuitive things like quantum mechanics. So it's really a powerful method. I think that the final thing I would encourage you to do is, now is the time to take risk. You don't have, you don't have kids. Your obligation. Well, sorry. Probably not kids. But as you get older, your obligations increase. So and once you have a family, you start taking risks, not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Was that good learning? What was the learning, friends? Anybody can tell few learnings about this video?
So we need to try new things, sir.
Yeah. And he was telling that what is the reason in getting up in the morning? You can sleep whole day. And we need to change society. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And he's telling when we can take risk. It's basically a college program.
When we are in college, we do not have then we are
Jaishwal, your voice is very feeble. I can't hear you. Each one can tell one points about this video.
So work hard.
Yes, work very hard. And he was talking about, keep on talking about, you have to work instead of 50 hours per week, 100 hours per week. Did you hear
Yes,
this
yes.
part?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and he was telling if you want to complete a goal or a task or a project, normal phase of 10 months, if you do like this, you can finish in 4 months. And a third thing, what he's telling is about your imagination, your visualizations, very, very, very important. And how you feed your mind. If you feed your mind with positivity, positivity will come. Okay. So now we'll go for some ground reality of our employment. The video is over. I'm going to tell you about some surveys done by the different peoples in India and in the international levels. Okay. According to the Bridge Lab, they say the employability, you know, what is employability? Employability, in a simple word, I can tell, I'm hiring an engineer. I am using him for my employment on my day one. That's employability. I need not teach them. I need not train them. Only I have to teach about my company values, about my rules and regulations, an SOP, and what do you say? There are some process are there, principles and SOPs are there. That's the only thing I have to tell them. Remaining then, that means suppose if I'm hiring you for a mechanical engineer, you can be directly working on my shop floor as a mechanical engineer, chemical engineer. Software, you should start coding on a day one. If for a biotechnology, you can start preparing on the labs on the day one. But let us take on the fact is that in case if you're a data engineer or machine learning guy, only 4% of engineers are force fit. That means I can use on my day one. So like this, if you see the 1 in 5 of them employed on a non-core engineering, it's only 1 in 5% of only can be employed in non-core engineering. It's maybe in a management, etc. It's only basically we call it as 20% still. And this is the biggest roadblock for the employment of any organization. I'm not today talking about my company. Please understand, I'm talking about today very generic industry. I will touch upon mechanical engineering, civil, IT, electrical, ITES, and all engineering perspective. I'm going to give you some more data, which is not mine, a lab report of India Skill Report 2021 connected by VBox. So the VBox is telling that 3.8%, because if it's one survey to other survey, there are some minor 1% variation will come. Don't worry about it. Okay. 3.8% of engineers are employable in software related startups. Only 3% engineers possess a new age skills like AI, machine learning, data engineering, mobile technology, etc., etc. And you can see about the propositions in good programming in skills in India and US compared, and China 37% compared to India. Only 40% graduate engineers are end up in doing internship, and 36% do any project beyond the course. Have anybody seen this report earlier, friends? Even some of the faculty members, have you seen this report?
no, sir.
Yeah, please download this report. This is a 60-page report. It will be very useful for you, and it's not my something or invention or findings. And this is going to be the real, what do you say, high or brainstorming one. If you see IT people, the employability in India is 48%, electrical engineer 47%, mechanical engineer, I think this is more of mechanical, okay, 34%. And I'm not going to go line by line. In 2015, what was it? In 2021, it's the latest report. People from BE, BTech, employable talents available is only 46%. It covers for our IT also. Okay, I'm not bifurcating. That is the reason mechanical engineer is getting reduced, because IT is almost 50%. Let us take on employability on state-wise. So Tamil Nadu being, we are very fortunate. We are highly employable area. Employability is more. We are green. We are on second position. There are other dry states available. Forget about it. So what is the problem? I don't say it's a problem. There is a gap. So we call it as employability skill. And what makes an employable is a skill, basically. It's a variety of skill. I'm not going to tell only you have one skill, two skills. There is a lot of skills. There is a gap is there. Some people are very good in out of 10 skill, 8 skills, you get cracked for that, employment. Somebody are not in 8 good, they are only 4 or 5, they may not able to get it. Okay. So this is very, very important. What we learned as a subject is totally different. Skill is different, because the industries expects are slightly changing, because they want on day one, a lot of these kind of skills are there inbuilt in them. We are not going to teach this one. There are some decision-making skills. There are some engineering skills also. I'm talking not only I'm talking about soft skills. The hard skills also is going to come in this one. So in this one, I have made this one as a thing. Like employability skills are what are essential is that you should have a very good, proper communication skills. Very, very important. It's a rudimentary knowledge, but still. And you should have your problem-solving capacity, not as problem-solving skill. Skill is you learn. Then we have to have capacity. This is what which is resulting in educated unemployment. That's what happening. When we don't have this one, we are getting educated and we are getting unemployed. So when we process all these things, university degrees are no longer a priority criteria, because industries are expecting a little bit of more than that, which you have to learn from your free time, or you have to go to your mentor or some other thing, or you have to take special care to learn all these things. Which will contribute to the effective work environment, then only will become employability. So the competency levels are keep on changing, and the labor market, we call it as ourselves, we are getting stuck on this one, because the premium college or the premier college, they practice all these things and they can able to crack the interviews. But on mid-level or on the B category and C category colleges, are not able to. I'm called as A category, means it's like IIT Madras or IIT, bigger level, IIT Kharagpur or something sort of things, engineering, IIT Mumbai sort of things. These people are able to crack it because they are bringing this inside the curriculum, even in our AICDC, even for our technical council have to slightly tweak this to bring into this one, because that's not going to happen through with it's all your people have to put it. Okay. Second, let us go for what all other skills required is effective relationship building, because Indra Nooyi has told the third point. What is third point? What Indra told. Why I put the video is because to correlate everything into that one, because she was telling somebody is annotating. Please, gentlemen, don't annote on the screens. Don't play on the screens. Okay. So Indra Nooyi's third point is that you have to have a relation between your friends, your family. You should have a good relation in helping each other, collaborating each other, and you have a co-win. You don't have to be a single man, be as a group, then only you become a forest. It's very, very important. Workplace skill, you should be analytical knowledge, organization skills, which will boost on productivity. People are not worried about how many hours you are working. No, people are working about what is the throughput of my company. What is the throughput I'll get? Example, if Dinesh, example, not Dinesh, or Kumar is there, example, one person in a company, okay, and even he's working on that area for 4 hours, okay. So that gentleman, what in the 4 hours bringing throughput? That's very important than 8 hours logging. And applied knowledge, you should be very pragmatic, critical thinking in application. Today would have been slowly getting this added. Critical thinking is a very, very vital one today for becoming an employability and becoming an entrepreneur. This is also very important thing. So what steps we can take? Okay, you cannot tell that I'm an engineer coming out of college, It's not my responsibility. Let anybody, die. I am fortunate to get a job. No, you are also got equal responsibility, because these kind of things is getting now slowly changed. That we call it as AICTs, and we are asking them also to enhance these courses like artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, blockchain, machine learning, data science, cyber security. Example: I'm designing a robot. Okay, my robot is hacked by somebody. Whose fault? Robot is not working. I'll ask you only. You will tell, no, it is not my fault, sir. It's an IT guy. This is what we are telling. Okay, today there is nothing called as mechanical engineering, electrical. No, it's all getting aligned. If you want to make a robotics to work, you require all these things. Artificial intelligence is required. You should have a machine learning. Data science is required. Cyber security is required. Or else somebody can hack your robot. Your robot will be non-functional because robots are connected to the cloud. From the cloud, virus can come. How will you deal this one? So today environment, you cannot tell that I'm okay. Your major domain is 80-75% of mechanical. Remaining 25% you have to have an allied things of learning. And that today the automation is increasing. What is automation? Automation means it's not by automatic. No, any items you pick and place systems, it's getting automated. Today, if you see how a delivery of Swiggy is happening, it's completely automated. The software is automated. Nobody is going and taking the order. The order is going for a software, picking it, delivery boy is coming here. What is happening? This is called automated. A creativity is there. Innovative mindsets are happening on this one. People brainstormed and they're reducing the manpower. This is also one threat for us. The manpowers are getting reduced because of automations. So what we recommend is various engineering college should recommend these kind of automations and innovative mindset oriented problem solving techniques in the colleges is what one of the requests by you. And this is what you also doing. You are signing an MOU with industry partners, which I know your college is also doing. This is also one. The theory and the lab is getting joined inside the campus, where the industry academy and interaction will happen. Employability will become good grades. And compulsory internship, it's what I'm talking about. We know that there are a lot of gaps are there. Please, gentlemen, don't worry about which your semester are doing. Even from third semester, doesn't matter. If fourth semester, go and do an internship. Don't even think that I will only get internship on Daimler, Nissan, Apollo Tires, or Tata Motors. No, even a small fabrication shop is enough. A small CNC, VMC, lathe shop is enough, or even the small data center is enough. Go and learn. Everything is learning. Apply the learning in your next semester. You will see a phenomenal results. And of course, you will get a feel and you get a flavor of an industry also. Or else what is happening, that's a gap. People will not understand what is happening in industry. Here I can say, if my HOD is telling, hey, tomorrow you have to submit your record or you submit your project. Sir, no, not possible, sir. That spiral bonding guy shop will come after 2 days. And I know that now this Corona time, nobody is opening. And we'll say, no, give me 10 days time. Because it's used to it. But in industry setup, if you say, no, tomorrow means tomorrow. If you see Elon Musk, what is telling? He has slept on his floor in his company. He is working for 200 hours. How it's possible? 200 hours, how many hours per day is working? 200 hours means, imagine. Anybody thought of working 200 hours per week? It's possible. That means he's working nearly 16 to 18 hours per day, including Sunday, including Saturday. So don't think that the industry environment is going to be pretty easy like you're having an honeymoon now. So this is what your mindset comes. No, I was very happy in my family. I was very happy in my college life. When you're putting in this kind of very boosters or a lot of those, I'm not going to work. These people have a mindset. Be prepared for it, okay? And once you get used to it, maybe another 2 to 3, 4 years, things will get normal. You will get 48 hours working or 50 hours working. That will become okay for you. Exam reforms, initiations, how the method of assessment to be done. Even some teachers should have an application-oriented, and that's what industry specialists are being brought in now. That's we have to appreciate Mr. Dinesh Kumar's bringing industry perspective because of this item number 6. because we don't have teachers in practical people inside. Encourage students participate in the national, international technical competitions and etc. Okay, I would like to tell on this. Recently, I had an interaction with one Mr. Parvesh Halam. He's from the Crescent College. He has taken a pool of people on the startup and for the, I think for incubation cell part of it. We went to Dubai in the Dubai Expo, industry expos in the Gintech, JIC Tech. So there they got some awards and all. You also should participate and you can get these kind of awards, and all these things can be there for you. Okay, because don't get worried that I don't have the skill, etc. Try. If you're getting it, you will get a very good opportunity on this one. So we'll slowly move on. Other study has been taken. This study is taken by the Career Builders in last year. See, they are also telling that talent shortage in global economy, which country can fill? See here, we are a third country. Japan, Peru, Argentina, a lot of China, everything will be there in this one. Of course, China became a global shortage there. So the countries that have difficulty filling jobs, we are Indians. The reason is the rapid technology development. Last 4 years before, nobody knows about, of course, we know, but nobody application-orientedly used this AI, IoT and all. But today, application-orientedly, all these things are coming. Shifting the demography. Today, it's happening in one country. Tomorrow, in another country, it's happening. Tesla is getting manufactured and shifted to India. Now, it's going to get manufactured in India. So, you'll get all this, very good state-of-art EV technology in India. Mismatch between talent, supply, and demand. It's huge, huge, huge demand, I'd say. Today, the requirement for robotic engineers are, not available. General engineers available who can do robotic programmings. Fast growing and emerging economies. India is fast growing and emerging economy. Lack of hard and soft skill among today's youth. Yes. People think in a college, 5 people, because this today we have seen only hardly some 30-35% people can only employability is available. Employments are available for them. In that one, what is your employability? There is national, there is a, top cities, you're on mid cities, on a bottom cities, and what is your level? So that's very challenge. Don't worry. It's all possible to crack all this challenge. Only thing is required a determination. It's the same study they're telling the skill tragedy. What skills Indian engineers lack? Not taking above the domain skill. They are not counting domain skills. Give me 1 minute. Somebody is removing this. I'll just remove this. We'll remove this mark after that. Communication skill. Soft skill, there is a list of soft skills are available. Proficiency in English language is a big question mark. 97% engineers in India are unable to speak English. That not mean, I'm not talking about normal English. I'm talking very fluent or a presentation or persuasion technique in a meeting sort of things. 67% of all engineer workforce are completely unfamiliar with the English language. That's because people coming from the medium, etc. They cannot able to very fluently read, write, and speak. This is one of the biggest gap. Okay. So now, what is the gap? We say is first skill required is the complex problem-solving techniques. So this is what one of the need for us to get the complex problem solving techniques. I'm not going to teach you line by line, because car is replaced by horses. Today machines are getting replaced by man. So you have to inbuild all your decision making skills to the machine. Then only the machine can take decisions. Even people are writing codes and helping codes today. Jargon in the coding, low code and no code, because everything is application oriented. People are not ready to write codes. They want low code or no code. Just drag and drop. Your softwares are ready. Similar way, today if you see people working in CNC machines, they have to write all the G codes and M codes. New latest softwares are coming. You need not write G code and M codes, just drag and drop. See, these are who are doing this one. Basically, engineers are doing, mechanical engineers are doing it. They have a knowledge about the codings in the CNCs. For this, you should have a problem-solving techniques. Because problem-solving technique is because today people are running out of the problem, running away from the problem. Never ever think that you can run out of a problem because problem will chase you. In a companies also, why you are hired? You're not doing any job. Why engineers are hired? Only for solving a problem. A fitter or engineer or associates will come and tell the machine is not working. You can go and solve a problem, or you can teach him next level. You can train them, and you can ensure that it's not happening in later also. The very important is the complex problem solving technique. What are the tools we can use? We can use Y-way analysis, forum analysis. We can use QIP methods. We can use PDC methods. Tools. I'm not going to talk about the tools today because that's a bit longer. We have to go. Just understand that the problem solving is very important. Critical thinking. You know what critical thinking is today? It is from empathize to monetization. It's sequential thinking level. How you design a product, how you market a product. In between this is very, very critical thinking. I will touch upon this one on a later stage on how this thinking is very important on my later subjects because I have a little bit of time shortage. Next is on a creativity. Today, creativity is very, very important. It's not that cut and paste. Control C, Control V, people should forget. The creativity ends there. Control C, Control V is cut and paste. Or Control X, Control V. No. You have your own flavor. You have your own creativity. Everybody is genius. Everybody can in this world can able to do wonders. First, you have to have a belief in yourself. Self-belief is foremost thing. I will tell you a small story about here. I read an interesting book called Psycho-Cybernetics. This author of this book is called Dr. Marshall Max. He was doing plastic surgery. He's very famous plastic surgeon in Germany. After doing plastic surgery, people don't believe. They say, no, I'm same. My face is not changed. What is the reason? Then he did a lot of analysis and research on a psychology. This thing he found is people are not believing that they are physically changed because they are mentally, they are not getting changed. Because of this one, they are still telling my image is same. It's called self-belief. If you don't believe yourself, the positivity is very, very important. So similar way, you believe in yourself that you can be creative. No, don't worry. Start thinking. I was read in a book that every day people get 20,000 minimum ideas. What we do? We put all in the trash. Douse over. 20,000 ideas. Can you make it at least 5 ideas, 10 ideas to come out? And you become a big innovator, scientist, discoverer. Please think. People management. Yes. So here you may be also now, that's what college is also now doing, forming a small team, student society, etc. to practice this one, because people management is important because you will have to work on a different category of people. Somebody will be junior, somebody will be senior on a flat structure. You may have to interact with the Indian people, abroad people. So how you manage people, because it's not that you are just dictating it, because it's emotion, empathizing. Emotion handling is very, very tough. Even to handle the machine is easy nowadays, because handling the kids and grown-up people and people management is one of the going to be challenging in future. Coordination with others, it's what Indira now is telling. I'm not going to tell you once again. Emotional intelligence. See, once upon a time, people are talking about IQ. Now people are talking about EQ. What's the reason? Because handling the emotions is very, very tough today, even for the grown-up also, even for the parents, if you see, and fellow beings. We have to handle their emotions very properly, or else what will happen? A lot of aggression will happen. Today, what is in the whole world is a lot of big resignations happening because people don't able to understand the emotions, because people say, I'm passionate about something, I want to work on my passion. They are resigning and going off. Somebody are very attached to their family. I said, I don't want to relocate. It's another funny things. Okay, we have to think of all the things. And judgment is decision making. This we are touched upon other topic, but judgment is very important. You have to take decision, you have to do some judgment immediately. You cannot drag it for a longer time. Quickly do it. If you want to take a decision, you have to have some judgment, quickly do it. That's also a skill gap we are seeing. Service orientation. You know what is service orientation? It's pretty very, people call it as not funny. I'll say, if you're working on a service industry, you have to serve for 24/7 and 365 days. People say, no. Today is weekend. I'll not help you. The machine is broken. I'll not come to office. I'm going for a vacation. I'm having a festival in my ur, in my city, in my gaon mein, which problem hai, main ja raha hu. People will talk all these things and go, but that is not going to, companies aren't going to accept this one. And you should have a very good negotiation. What is negotiation? You are buying a small product for a company. You are not a purchaseman still. Company told you have to get this printer. You have to evaluate, get multiple options, practical experience, call somebody else, interact with them. And you should even take a negotiation skill and reduce the price. One. Second is, if there is a production happening on shop floor, the production is not coming, the production can come more. You have to go and talk to your subordinates or your under people. You said, see, this machine can even deliver 100. You are not even giving 50. What's the reason? Come, let us sit and negotiate. He will say that there is some problem. There is some minor stoppage coming in these machines, etc., etc. And we can tell, okay, fine. Now we are producing 80. Let us keep it 90. That's called negotiation. You negotiate with them and you can close it. Cognitive flexibility is very, very important. See, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous today people are. People become suddenly, even during the pandemic, the cognitive means mentally they're getting unstable because they feel that their completely life is having problems. Somebody salary is reduced. Your company is going for a loss. How will you handle this one? Even people are getting a little mad. They go for counseling. So today it's not these are all only for HR. Now today is going to be everyone. Your team, you have to handle one. It's called as BU unit, business unit concept. The company is working on this thing called small business unit. So you are a business owner. So you have to have all the skills. That's what I'm going to emphasize on the entrepreneur also. So if we see, is a life is linear? No. Life is going to be on a right side, how it is going on a kinked way, not going to be, in mechanical terms, it's not going to be a streamline flow, it's going to be a turbulent flow. Fluid mechanics team will resonate me to this is what I'm talking. So imagine that I will follow a roller coaster ride and how I'm going to change myself. This is typically Maslow's hierarchy, which you would have read on the management books. I'm going to touch today on something on the purpose also, which Elon Musk has told today. Why we are getting up in the morning, there should be purpose, or else we should sleep for 50 years. So I want you guys to go to esteem level and self-realization level. Today, the objective is, one is what is the reason for this gap, how industry expectations, how I will change myself, how I will change my self-esteem, my confidence, my achievement, and respect for self and others, how I'll keep my morality more, how I'll keep my creativity up, how I'll be spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice. I'm not going to bias anybody, acceptance as an act. When we do this, we are going to really work on inner and outer. Now, today, before we go for a job, normally we will ask for salary. Example, correct? Everybody wants salary because some company will teach you very good job. No. Infosys is giving me 30K per month. I want to go there. You'll be a typewriter there. I will be a typewriter there. I'll not learn, but I want good money. In future, after 5 years, what will happen? Checked out because you have not learned anything. I'm not threatening you, but where you can learn more, where you will add value more, focus more. Don't ask for how do I make money, how do I become more successful, how do I become rich, how do I become a business owner. No, what problem I can solve. Today, engineers are required for only solving problem. How can you help yourself? Who can help how you can help others basically. How can I add more value to others? It's very, very, very important. People, why are not getting paid less? People are telling, no, I work in a company, the company is paying me 500 rupees per hour, other company is paying 50 rupees per hour. Because you are working for hour, in other company, you are working for value. What problem have I solved for myself and I can solve for others? What do I do if money was no longer matter? Maybe you not come in this factor. What problem I do deeply care and I don't want others to have? That's what Elon Musk is telling. You have to work for next 100 years. He is very passionate about the sustainability. Today world is on only two things, digital and sustainability. Other things are all going to get allied to that one. Adding more values, it's very important. That's what many the successful people say. You have to be on a very vital position, not a functional position. Functional position will pay you money. Vital position pay you money in multiple times. Do you understand this, guys? Is that give some insights?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Let us not go for the money, because we should ask for our values, what value we are going to give. Let me touch upon the purpose also. So we have to have a very purposeful life. Be completely you. Explore a life experience. Live the life fully. And you should have a meaning in life. Why Elon Musk is telling I'm getting in the morning? Because I need to do something great. I need to do some what great. You can be, you want to be employed, go for a corporate ladder. Yes, go for it. Help many people. Become an entrepreneur. Employ many people. Do for it. You have a passion. I want to give employment for 1 million people. Have a bigger goal. I want to plant 1 million trees. I want to make a 1 million EV vehicle. I want to solve 1 million people's problem. Have a bigger goal like this. Why have small? I want a job with my salary. It's 2 days off. 1 vehicle car. Initial salary should be 5 lakh per annum. No, this is all very smaller. Yes, it's for packages, remunerations. You require this smaller these things. But what is your purpose? Why you are born in this world? You should have much higher value for yourself. You should have a much higher vision and mission for yourself. Okay, when you ask for why I'm not getting more paid in this world is because of these 3 rounds only. You have a skill. Now you acquired a skill. Sir, you told this skill is gap. I acquired a skill. But there is no demand for the skill. What's the fun? Not required. You are aware that this is required. That is your passion. You got that skill, but demand is not there. Can I tell one example? Typewriting. You got how to manufacture bulk production typewriting very cheaper. But what is the use today? Typewriting is totally changed by laptop and all others. There is no world demand for it. When world doesn't require, no waste. You are very happy. You got a skill. Somebody a good sculpture. But for that kind of sculpture, people are not getting paid. Somebody a good painter. You're not an art painter. You're a wall painter. How much wall painter will get? Because demand in this world is very less. If you are a very, like Picasso, world renowned because he has added more value. He has created a brand of himself. It's very important that whatever the work, whatever your job, whatever your entrepreneur you're choosing, you should have all this convergence here. Or else what will happen, you will be struggling. In fact, you will earn 1 or 2 lakhs per month, that's different, but you will not be like the bigger companies like Tata and all. You have to be in a mode of competitive mode. You will not be in a dominance mode. I always tell my people, you have to be in a dominance mode, not in a competence mode. No cat fight. We have to be me only, not me. Like you are doing fabrication for 5 kilo, I'll also do fabrication for 5 kilo. You will do a 3D modeling for 1 hour, 500 rupees, I'll also do. No, it's a competitive world. Be a different one. Nobody should do your job. You have to be unique. So I will want to tell that people normally see that all the skills, etc. But I'm one of the person I know about this guy, David Goggins. I read this book also. This guy you can watch his video. If time permits, I can show his video at the end. Okay, I will show now. And I have read his book. His book name is called as "You Can't Hurt Me." Very what do you say? People will say my family is very bad. My father, mothers are very poor, and I was sabotaged and I was bullied. Whatever you say in this world, this gentleman have gone much pain than anybody else in the world. He is still a living legend. His name is David Goggin. He written a book called Can't Hurt Me. Read this book. Language will be a little bit of here and there. It's a top selling in the US or India also. He is called as fittest man in America. If you see his life is a good nightmare in the early. His father was abused him. He was a black guy. He was colored, so he was being racially abused. But through his self-discipline, mental toughness, and hard work, this is what I want from you all guys. Self-discipline, mental toughness, and hard work. He has been trained in the Navy SEAL. They call it as SEAL, means sea and air and land. I think so. Okay. Sea, air, and land. It's sort of multiple things, and he became a very legend now. And he has written a book also. He is telling that whatever we do in our life, suppose we are doing a marathon, or we doing an hackathon, or we do a long sprint, grid and all, that's only a 40% of your capacity at the time. But you have got your capability is 40%, sorry, and your capacity is still you got another 60%. You can do it another, suppose you run a 40 kilometer, you can run another 60 kilometer. This is he has found by himself. And one of the important things how we follow is your master mind and called as challenge your mind. If there is a pain, even when he was doing this final training, his knee got broken, but irrespective of it, he got past it. Okay. So I read his book. It's a very good book. So for this, going and learning before these skills, first is we should have a mindset. Okay. I want to learn these skills and I want to change myself. First is what you have to have a positive mindset. Realize that scientifically you can improve. That's very, very important. Rather than skills, okay, you can go for anybody. People can. Yeah, Ramesh has raised hand. Anything, Ramesh? Is that by instance you raised, or Ramesh, you got any questions? Or I can answer in the last, okay? Yeah, so first to realize that what you have to improve scientifically, what is challenging you, and you have to rewire your brain and you have to go for a next level is, because in this mode, I can tell that the number of type of mindsets people have is average mindset is what I'm a loser, I hate reading, and I know I'm working for some little improvements. My father is not wealthy. All the things is sort one people will think. Another one is people is comfort zones. Okay, they get to the college, clear some things. They want to be in the middle and settle in the lower, and they think that okay, I'm doing my best. God will help me, and I'm better than X, Y. They compare with other people's, and this is an average people. They buy the books, they read little, the drive will soon fade away. They don't want to take risk. They don't be an ambitious. They look at the friends I'm doing, but okay, they are reasonably successful people. But what I'm looking is people should be a man of an action kinds, an unstoppable, immediate, massive action taker. You have to be crazy. People will say, don't be crazy. Sometimes you have to be crazy because Elon Musk is crazy. You have a vision. You are addicted for a success. We call it as obsessed. Think ambitious, dream student, like Abdul Kalam says. So remove this fixed mindset in the inner voice. First, I'm not possible. It's not possible. Negativity, completely remove it. And I have referred all these books, bottom, David Goggins, Dr. Maxwell, and Joseph Murphy also written a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like that, some books. Sorry, yeah, I think so. No, that is Robert Kiyosaki. Joseph Murphy has written a book. I'll also refer that one as a book. Okay. So these books we can read for changing the mindsets. Of course, there are two sets of mindsets. One is fixed mindset, other one is growth mindset. I'm not going to go into this one. The growth mindset one also. Challenges will take the weakness, we'll leave it off. embrace sometimes the weakness. Be dynamic, success of others, brain training, understand the failures and make there as an opportunity, persist in a setback, etc. So this is a mindset. People normally have a very good potential. The negative mindset will have a lion become a cat, and here the cat will become a lion. This is also very important. Reward the process. It's very important. When you start doing it, if you are learning some skills, you should start rewarding whatever you're doing. Small achievements. When you are going to achieve small things, you are enjoy and you can even celebrate with it. And get a feedback from your faculty members, get a feedback friends, get feedback from your parents, etc. Am I now moving on a next level? Am I changing my path? Am I learning everything? And this feedbacks will be a dopamine. Dopamine is nothing but a hormone which gives you positivity and happiness in you. It's very, very important. And get out of your comfort zone. Okay, people, if you are on comfort zone, if you're getting a job in North India, go do it. Don't worry that my father will be there, my mother is alone, etc. That all will be there. Just come every once in 3-4 weeks or 1 month and come. And people don't know Hindi. Learn Hindi. What's a big thing? Within 3 months, you can learn Hindi. You can learn foreign language. Anything, start doing it. In any music, you learn it. Don't be in a comfort zone. Start speaking Hindi to your Hindi friends. What is going to happen? They're not going to kill you, even with small mistakes. Accept the failure as part of a process. It's very important. You have to accept the process of failures, because people say, no, I failed completely, life is gone, etc. So in this perspective, I'll just put one small video so that my talk is not monotonous. Give me 1 minute. I'll reshare it. Actually, this video tells about 2 things. One is failure. Another thing is about leadership also. People will have to become leadership.
1979.
Is the video visible and audio is coming, friends?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
1979. SLV-3 satellite launch vehicle. I was the project director, mission director. My mission is to put the satellite in the orbit. Thousands of people worked nearly 10 years. I reached the Sriharikota, and it's in the launch pad. Countdown was going on. T-minus 4 minutes, T-minus 5 minutes, T-minus 1 minute, T-minus 40 seconds. Computer put a hold. Don't launch it. Computer says, don't launch it. I'm the mission director. I have to take decision. Everything is on. Behind me, there are 6 experts. They saw the computer database coming in and screen, and they see the pictures in the screen. They said there's a problem. The problem is there's a leakage in the system, in the control system. But immediately calculate, no problem. We have got sufficient fuel and oxidation for control system is control the rocket to the required altitude. And we can go ahead. Now, of course, my expert's view, but I took the decision. Problems mine. Finally, I took a decision. I bypassed the computer. I launched the system. First stage worked in a 4-stage rocket, and second stage got mad. It went to spin. Instead of putting the satellite in the orbit, it put in the Bay of Bengal. 1979, it was a failure. It was a failure. First time I experienced my failure. How do you manage the failure? Success I can manage. So at that time, a great man, a great leader, also Satish Dhawan, he comes to me, I'm very tired working nearly for months. He wakes me up, come, let us go for a press conference. Press is meeting there, like this, number of people, world press, with photos, this and that, all the gadgets, they are there. I was really frightened. I will be the culprit because I'm the project director, mission director. What Satish Dhawan said, Chairman, Indian Space Research Organization, said, dear friends, we have failed today. It's the first time I have to do all the success, all the failure is, I want to support my technologists and scientists and staff so that next year they succeed. So he took the whole blame himself. And then media asked, you put Bay of Bengal so many crores, we are putting. Like that, a lot of criticism. He received the criticism. He assured them in a year we will succeed with our team. It's a very good team. Next year, here only interesting happened. Next year, July 18th, 1980, when he succeeded, Professor Dhawan said, you go and conduct the press conference. Do you follow what this means? It means when the failure occurred, the leader took it up. When the success came, he used his team. That's the first.
So you got the two takeaways from this one? Anyone take away from this video? Of course, it's very clear. Friends, anybody?
When we say
Failure, leadership accepted.
Yes. So failure, don't worry about the failure. His boss has taken, Mr. Satish Dhawan has taken the responsibility. There is a failure. He has touched upon failure, how to deal with failures, and the responsibility, authority. And when there is a failure, you should not ditch your subordinates. And third is, when there is success, you should appreciate your subordinates, or you have to make your subordinates to receive the accolades. So when there is a success after a few years, and the director Satish Dhawan told, Mr. Kalam, you can go and take the prize and pride. Okay. So we'll continue with the slides. So once your habit is done, and next for reaching the skill sets, the habit creation is very important. So how you can acquire the skill is by doing it repetitively, doing it very ritually, doing it in every time. Should have it like people say, it's like motor habits. The motor habits and the intellectual habits, and we call it as 3 habit characters. Somebody will start doing it like running, jogging. It will happen on as a habit on physical stance. Something is second is called on the intellectual habits, which requires good observations. It requires an accuracy, perceptions, logical thinking, and using reasoning ability before taking decisions and concluding it. This is also one of the habit you have to practice it. And third is nothing but a mix of both things, where you become a character. That is, today the industries are looking, you become a character. And we want people with good character. What does mean? The character means people who should have a motor habits and intellectual habits, and you became like talking with a friendly way, be honest, you have a good time management, you are working very hard, keeping your dress neat, clean and tidy. This is basically a technical and with emotions and a feeling. This is called as emotional habit, we call it as. This is very, very important on any industry perspective. We are not only talking about, okay, I'm very doing on ritually, like, motor habits, and I'm doing very intelligence. I'll do only this. But what about others? Emotional connect. It's very important today. The industry requires good harmony, great place to work, etc. So they are looking for this also in the individual habits. So for this, what is important is you should set your goal and direction. Yes, I want to get hired in this company. Yes, I want to start this business. For that, now you understood there is a gap, is there? Yes, gap can be closed, or gap can be acquired, or gap can be learned with putting your time and effort. What is the time and effort? You can choose a mentor, you can choose a faculty, you can choose a trainer, you can choose some course on online. But where is how you are going to happen it? What is your way for it? I want to reach on, I want to land on a moon. That's my dream job. I want to land on a Mars. That's my dream entrepreneurship. And I want to land on Venus. That's my business. That's my startup. That's my idea. I want to do some service. You are on another planet. How to reach there? First of all, to reach there itself, you should have a target. You should have a focus. You should have a direction. Which direction I'm going? If I want to go to Kanyakumari, I will not go via Kashmir Road. I have to go this way. So your goal is important. I have to go to Kanyakumari. I want to see Tiruvallur statue there. Yes, you have to use a car. You should go on this side, this direction, focus on this direction. You cannot put your eye on this direction, drive, correct? It's simple like that. Goal setting is very, very important. Goal setting is not only for your career, it is also for a personal, it's for your finance, it's for your physical, it's your mental, your family, everything comes under goal setting. I normally used to take some session on only goal setting for 2 hours for some of my mentees, etc. I have a separate coaching running during my free time. Next is responsible and authority. It's very important. What Kalam is telling. Who is responsible for the failure? Of course, Kalam is responsible for the failure. Who taken the accountability? Accountability is taken by Satish Dhawan because he want to protect people. Similarly, you should know that what is my responsible and accountability. Second is accountability. Why I am like this today? It's because of me only, not because of, I cannot go and tell, I have not studied in my schooling in St. Joseph College. I have not been given English tutor training. I have not been given a course, or I have not taken my engineering in IIT Madras. No, it's you, because of you only you are here. If you got on a persuasions, if you got a perseverance that you have to go to IIT Chennai, you would have gone there. It's accountability. Why I'm talking it in this world, what we are, accountability is we are accountable. We are now, we cannot blame anybody. I am accountable for whatever I am today because I would have become my vision, my initial day of ambition was to become a doctor, but I cannot be a doctor. But today I'm earning much double the salary of a doctor. That's second. I have built my empire of myself and I have increased my knowledge base. I have increased my academic base. But still I don't have a doctorate degree because in 2015 I was enrolled for doctorate degree. I said, no, I'm not going to learn because I don't want it for my namesake, putting on my name. I want the kids to learn. I want many people. I want to transfer this knowledge, whatever I know. So this accountability is important. What we are only responsible. Don't blame anybody else. If you show your hand, 4 fingers is showing you and 1 is only showing others. You are 4 responsible for yourself. Self-discipline, no media. Don't use media wisely. I'm talking media usage is required, but be disciplined on it. Be obsessed with your goals. Set your goals. Never settle for smaller things. Very ambitious. I want to build a 1,000 crore business. Yes, start doing it. If you learn it, start learning it. Reading and learning is very, very important in this aspect. I will tell you, in the last 6 months, I have completed nearly 20 books, and my aim is to complete 50 books per year. I will read, I will listen, audiobooks, whatever it may be, irrespective of it. But I got the people who want to become a successful person should be a good reading person and good learning person. In a college, you have been fortunate, you have been only focused only to learn. Of course, we will make you to earn after some time. Time management is very important. Plan for time management. Take risk, fear of failure. Setbacks are there, never quit. Find a way to win. There is a door. I'll tell you a small story about bees. You know, bee, honey bee or something, bee. The honey bee, I saw in a room. It's a story actually. It's not my thing. I saw in a video. Okay, this is going and banging. It goes and bangs on a window. It's a glass window. It thought there is a way there. It goes tongue. It goes on tongue or and sound. I'm exaggerating it. So always this poor bee. Of course, the poorest, the bee is the cleverest one, but sometimes it goes like this, and it's only going and clicking or hitting on the glass window. The window never gives up because it's very thick glass. Over a period of time, after a day or something, the poor bee died. This is what we are. The failures, we always go on bang like a bee on the same glass window thinking that, oh, beyond that, there is a big scenery, there is a garden where a lot of flowers are there, but we don't know there is a glass barrier inside. people who breaks this glass barrier. You should be very, very tough to break this glass barrier. It's one of a challenge. But one more thing is there. Just roam around, see, there will be another one door. That's another smart way of working. Instead of banging the glass, use the other door and go away. Why you're breaking your head here? So this is also the smart way of working nowadays. The purpose and passions and what you want. I explained very well about the purpose and passions in my earlier slides. It's very important. Why we are born in this world? What is the purpose of living? After some time, you'll understand. Okay, sir, you told about reading more books. I also want to read more my course material. How do I do it? I'll just give a small glimpse about what is going to be speed reading. Okay, you can practice this one. And you can read 50 books per year. It's pretty easily. If you see something called as the unit of measurements for anything, we can say for air, we can say called as PSI, pounds per square inch. Nowadays, we don't use PSI, but we use bar, or we can say kg per centimeter square. Similarly, for unit of measurements for speed reading is WPM, words per minute. So people would have seen, I'm just talking about a Tamil movie. Of course, this movie would have been come in another language as well. Rajinikanth movie, an Endran movie, the Chitti robot used to take a book like this, or even the telephone dictionary, swipe it like this, and then ask that I finish the book. It's really sounds funny. We think that the director Shankar is fooling us. Is that correct? No. There are really people who can read the books in that speed. Mario Carrasco of Philippines claimed that she can read 80,000 words per minute. 80,000 words per minute. I'll just take and show you any books of this kind of example is 300 page books. This is David Goggins' book. You can't hit me. This book can be it's around 350, or you can say 80,000 words. That means you can read this book in 1 minute. Can you imagine? Go on Google in the net. You will find who is this Mario Terrasco Philippines and how she can able to read 80,000. And the thing is not just like telling I read and faking others. No, you have to comprehend what you read. And I also did this exercise. There are some lot of courses available. Initially, my reading speed was pretty low. It was 200, 250. And I also gone for some course which I paid. Normally, I always spend pretty amount on my self-development. That's how I've grown myself. Every year I spend minimum 1 or 2 lakhs on my self-developments. And last year alone, I spent nearly 5 lakhs for my self-developments. I go for different mentors and I go for different coachings, and I do apart from my career. And I paid some 2,000, 3,000 for this course, and I learned about it. And now my reading speed is close to 500, 600. Indira Gandhi can read speed of 1,000. John F. Kennedy can read up to close to 1,000. That is how these people can read books very fast. Sounds something strange, and this is available. You can use it. When we talk about failures for any career progressions, don't worry about the perfections, because perfection always kills. You need to start doing it. Anything, the habits or skill learning or the gaps. Somebody may be poor in communication. Start doing from tomorrow onwards. How I can improve it. Start doing it baby steps. Even if you're doing every day 1% also, even it's okay. In another 100 days, in totality, you would have been completed of a task of 37% roughly. It's not by me. You can read this from this book called Atomic Habit by James Clear. It's called Exponential Growth. Even if you are on 1.01 into your 100, the power of 100, it will be 37%. That's what I mean. So now we have touched upon the gap. What was the industry expectations? What was the gap? And I very clearly told about industry expectations on the habits, and it's on the mindsets. It's on the time you work. For that, I have used 2 to 3 videos. What Abdul Kalam says, Indra Nooyi says, and Elon Musk says. These all are things in a nutshell only. The engineering people to become an employability. That is what today we are requiring. We need to put on fit in use. That's what we call it as fit in use. For this, what we are touching on the physical, mental, and emotional basically. The physical, mental, emotional, and technical aspects. There are a lot of technical skills also required, which I have not touched upon it. The technical skills are very, very clearly explained in today's curriculum, or if you follow the job portal, they're clearly asking what is skills required. Example, suppose I become a software engineer, I have to give these skills. Mechanical engineer, these skills. But today what I require, what I was told is what required for apart from the technical, because these technical skills are taught you in the college, which I'm not going to brush up now on all the subjects, taking from your material science to fluid dynamics to your the management course, because they are very expert than me, and I don't want to indulge in this one. Okay. I'm now going in the last topic, and we are coming close to another 15 minutes to close it. Entrepreneurial mindset. Okay. See, why I have to become an entrepreneur? Everybody will not go for the job or the academics or some other purpose. You may be on this entrepreneur also, small business, mid business, or maybe big business also. You set and have an attitude, you have got a skills, your behavior that helps students to succeed academically, personally, and professionally. That includes an initiative, self-direction, empathy. It's very important. Empathy is not, sympathy and empathy is different. Risk-taking is what required for these people. Flexibility is required, adaptability required, creativity, innovation, critical thinking, and problem solving. This is also required for a normal career development people. Entrepreneur also, what is getting added is here like risk-taking, flexibility, adaptability. What is risk-taking? Yes, business is a risk. It's not going to be easy. You should have a perseverance. You should have yourself keep on, having that nudge. I'll run up on a short video of 3 minutes so that what an entrepreneur is looking in nowadays. Hope the video is coming. Am I right, friends?
Yes, sir.
One house video, no? House video.
Yes, sir. House video only.
People only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky.
This is actually how an entrepreneur looks after many years, not initially. And this is what people think, okay, everybody will start a business, will become on a same day like this. But understand this video after finishing 2 to 3 minutes.
What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
You got some idea, glimpse about it? An entrepreneur's journey, how he was very hard, he was putting a lot of time, and what he has to do, etc.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I'm going to give this topic very briefly because once you start it, it will be very easy, or else it's too much of pushing on entrepreneur. People will say, now, are you pushing on business? Of course, I want more people to be on business, startups, etc. because it's up to you, but I'm just showing a small GIF file. Okay, what is required on left side and entrepreneurial thinking. You know what is? This is it's not a video. Can you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, it's very decently explained here. You have to go through it. Way of solving the problems. That's what the entrepreneur. This is actually applicable for everybody, not only for entrepreneur. You have to go through the problem. You cannot run away from the problem. Or you can go around it. The first one, what it is tell, it's bite the bullet. Well, let's say head or tail, whatever maybe, bite the bullet. The bullet is not exploding, doused. The bullet explodes, you're gone. Find a hack. And third one is find an alternative method. Okay, there is a roadblock, I'll go on next road. The second one is I'll take a diversion. And the third one is you completely go for different direction. That's what is called as flexibility. If you're not okay with business 1, you go for business 2. And the fourth is go above it, find people with a solution. You are able to manage the problems there. The last one is offense is the best defense, that you kill the problem. Go for a fight mode. So basically, this gives an achievement orientation, an attitude towards an entrepreneur. Curiosity, that's what Indra was telling. And ethics, ethics is very, very important. You know what is ethics? Do a business very clean. Don't do any jugglery. Don't do any, anti-statutory, I say. Statutory means government rules and regulations, no bribings, etc. Future focus. You know what is future focus? I'll tell you an interesting incident here. We are all mechanical engineers, and I'm also from mechanical engineering background. The automobile industry, the chassis welding technology is all over the world. You know, Elon Musk, what is done on the car which is producing, Tesla, he is going to make all body, car body as casted one, aluminum casting. If that's become a true, the whole fabrication industry will become over. And who are all there in that one? They have to be future focused. If they don't do future focus, the business will be doomed. Interpersonal sensitivity, it's very important. Non-conformity, you cannot have non-conformations. Optimism, don't be pessimistic. Organization leadership orientation, you should be a leader. You should reflect what you want, risk-taking. Self-efficacy, self-esteem, individual values. An employee, an entrepreneur mindset. An entrepreneur 0 is on individual task more than employee. An entrepreneur has on to do next one mentally with failure and frustrations. An entrepreneur works smarter. An entrepreneur are smart about risk, but don't avoid them entirely. Entrepreneur emphasize and build on the strength as opposed to the weakness. Entrepreneurs aren't threatened by people smarter than them. Entrepreneurs own all the decisions, good and bad. This is about an entrepreneur mindset, what you have to do. Be initiative, self-reliance, critical thinking, flexibility, adaptability, communication, collaboration, comfort of the risk, creativity with the innovations, and future orientations and opportunity recognitions. With this one, and I'm almost done for nearly my time of 145 minutes. I mean, close to 1.5 hours. So yeah, 1 hour 50 minutes is gone. Now I can take the question and answers from you and what was the learnings and about the sessions, because this is not teaching sessions. It's only for the awareness and for the sharing of story, etc. I did it. And yeah, now I want at least few people, somebody, 1 or 2 people can come and tell about your experience about this learning, and is it useful, or you would like to get some more other details from me? Can some 1 or 2 volunteers? I want this, not more than that, or 2, 3 people, or many people also is okay for me. Yeah. So Dinesh sir, thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. Then now the question and answer session we can open.
Participants, if you have any queries, please ask.
So the sir,
Yeah,
is my,
Thiago. Yes.
so the session is very good, sir. We are thinking some imaginary ideas or telling, and we need to read some books, sir. Then only we can make more thinking. Like that, or suggest some books, so we will definitely read that, sir.
Yeah, you can connect with me separately also in your college team. We can form a group also. I can give you a lot of learnings and what topic you want, because even in my library, I've got 30, 40 books, and I have got 600 ebooks with me. I can, if you want interested in some books or whichever books you want to get from me, I can give you these books free around to you, so that you can utilize it, because knowledge having is of no use. It should be delivered and transferred, and it should go for reach to everybody as a knowledge and value to anybody. Yeah.
Yes, thanks, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sudhir Kirloskar sir is is putting his hand. Is that raised for some asking questions?
Sir, I have one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, any question?
Sir, you have told you spend every year like 1 lakh rupees to improve your skill. So, sir, what we can do to improve the reading skill, like words per minute?
See, actually, I've taken up a small online course. It's not an offline course. Some 20 days course. That gentleman claims that he can increase the speed from 200 words per minute to 2000. It's not mine. I'm not endorsing any product openly. Okay. And you can try with some people as well on internets and Facebook available. They are available. For information, I'm not endorsing any products. Okay. But I'm actually, yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Sir, actually, just how we can improve, sir. Generally, we read the book, but and we feel our speed is very slow. So, on
it's a skill. Dinesh Kumar Jain, it's a skill. Okay. You can practice this method and you can increase the speed. Absolutely. I have seen people increase to 2000. Yeah. If you can connect me, see, I can just put on a chat. My number is 99620633381. I'm putting on the chat. Anybody can send me. I have only one number, WhatsApp, or any details if you want, any help you want, any queries you want. And you can send me mail also on this mail. My mail ID is p.selvam. E will come on the end. E is silent because I'm from Pondicherry. It's written on French. That's the only thing. There's no numerology. So that email ID, you can use it. You can put it on queries.
Sir, OTP alert?
बघतो 1 minute.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sudhir Kirloskar. I'm connecting to you from Pune. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Sudhir. Yes.
Yeah. I have a question for you, or a thought rather, not a question. You are addressing students of engineering colleges and the faculty of engineering colleges on how to become employable.
Yes.
Don't you think it is too late to start thinking about this? I mean, why can't the students start thinking about how to become employable when they are in school, when they are in 5th, 6th, 7th standard? I mean, you go to college, without knowing what you want to do in life, you have gone to engineering college because your friends have gone there. And then at the end of the college, you think, oh, how do I become employable? I think it is too late to address this lecture. These kids are gone. You should be doing this lecture in schools.
See, you're right. Okay. See, the thing is, the schools, that time, we are only on employment or not on employment mode, first of all. Okay. See, what is my aim or what is my level if I go to school? Because if I go for a talk on the, talk about the employability for a student level, people will think, are you asking me to go for job now itself? So, okay, this is one will come. Second is, of course, this topic, entrepreneur mindset is being started in school days itself, for information. One. Second is, my kids are only 11-year-old. They are also in, learning some public speaking in some of the forum or like Baiju or something. They have been given a group discussion and they've given a topic on this topic. So it's already slowly, it's getting penetrated. The entrepreneur, even not on the employability, the entrepreneur level, etc., has come to the 11-year-old kid now itself. So it's already people are taking this one.
I like that. I'm saying that, okay, you don't have to be employable lecture, but you can tweak it a little bit for skill improvement or whatever. You can tweak that, like this lecture that you have given, in a way that it is applicable to school children. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
And I think, personally, I feel, I am an engineer. I have interviewed thousands of students and I ran a company successfully for almost 25 years and I sold it at a very good price. So I'm now retired at the age of 60. But in my experience, employability of students, I mean, they come at a very end stage of their education and then they say, how do I become employed? And then engineers will typically go to an institute and learn AutoCAD or Pro-E or something like that and say that I am a designer. I mean, designing doesn't start after engineering by learning CAD as softwares. It is started by, much earlier.
So this
I only think that's my thought. I mean, thank you for your lecture.
So this you are 100% right. Let me tell one of my interesting things. Okay, I worked in Germany for normally I have got a lot of JV projects and know-how projects. Okay, when I was in Germany for almost 45 days there, when I was working for Apollo Ties for on our MOU signing and these things, we call it a school. Okay, here the school in Germany it's pretty higher value than here even master engineering. People cannot use even design data book and do design when we are in even masters. There, if you see, the school is preschool. They're even before diploma. I've seen somebody working on the next table and they were doing machine design. And asked him what they're doing. Well, they're doing machine design because we went for a know-how transfer and we are bringing some mold manufacturing technologies from there. Then it's a this low level they are doing. School you're talking and they're fantastically design a small machine there. So if you see the standard of education is in that our level on school colleges are it's pretty there low, so they're nurturing it there. Now as you say, when we nurture this from the first year of college is pretty easy, okay, because people have come to a mindset that okay, after finishing this course, employment. Okay, so when we go and nurture this in the school level, what will say parents? Topic हमको नहीं चाहिए, क्यों चाहिए? You are all wasting our time because in abroad this is being practiced. When they are on the level of 7 or 8 year, the people will understand that this is my passion, this is my purpose, vision, mission. I want to go for a sports. Then from that time onwards, they'll be nurtured on a sports track. If I want to go for a business, if you take Elon Musk has been nurtured pretty, maybe he would have been from 10, 12 years. Not that Elon Musk has become an entrepreneur after finishing his engineering. No. Like the same, if you take Steve Jobs, or if you take Bill Gates, these people have never gone to college and school itself. Even school, Bill Gates are not gone to school because from that they got a mindset there. So it is like a mindset that we have to do. Only thing you have to see that the education pattern and the parents should not take differently. No, you are telling my job, my kids or my son or my daughter to go for a job now. They are not prepared. So as a, what do you say, society and culture, people should understand that entrepreneurial thinking or employability will, come pretty, lower, or I can say before their 12th standard, it's called for a big revolution. It should happen, but it called for a big revolution. As you said, Mr. Sulis, it's absolutely correct. In abroad, if you see people, even after 18 years, they work on a petrol bank, or they work on somewhere, they become employable after even, my brother is in US. I mean, we are not in touch, but even see if they have their own money. Their kids, they go pre-college, they can go and work, and they know how many hours in a week they should work. So yes, it's called for a cultural and policy.
I have one more thing, that we have professors. I see a lot of professors and teaching staff also in this. So to them, I want to say that both my sons, they studied in foreign universities and foreign. They had to write what is called as a statement of purpose.
Correct.
Okay, and it is an essay, and my sons wrote at least 10 essays before they submitted it. Statement of purpose, correcting it, taking it to different people, taking it to their teachers in India. Is this statement of conveying the statement of purpose, conveying the message that I want to give? In India, it is only purely on marks. You get so many marks, you get admission. And the student has no purpose. So to the engineering staff that is here in this, I would like you to ask your students to write a purpose of a statement of purpose, why they are joining engineering college, even if it is not part of their admission process. After they come to the college and after they have started their first year, first semester, first lecture, you tell them, write the statement of your purpose and see how many of them. Your English, your thoughts, your streamlining of your ideas, what you want to do after engineering, all that comes in that statement of purpose. And ask your students, please, to write it. I'm telling you this because I'm an entrepreneur. I've interviewed many hundreds of engineers, and I was very disappointed with the quality of engineers that is coming out today. Finally, I sold my engineering company and got out of it because of what Selvin has said about talent crunch. So that's my thing. Thank you very much. I mean, I don't want to sabotage your hijack your.
Not like that. See, Mr. Sudhir, see, the purpose of life, people have not even know about this. I say maybe 3-4 years or 5 years before. Even we are also not aware. I mean, we say we are only aware now. And imagine that this new age students are very lucky. At least they can able to get the feel of it and a hang of it. But the new generation of kids also, lucky to have hearing a word about this passion. But earlier, this has been only talked by the Sadguru or big Swamijis only, because we'll say, oh, you want to go for as a saint? So people, when we call it as purpose of life, people will take us like that. Okay. I would like to tell about this purpose of life. What does it mean is, example, if you take every company, and as I'll iterate on a very commercial way, we'll take about a company's goal or company's vision, mission. If we say it's all aligned with the purpose. If the company has got very good purpose, Revlon, let us take it. Okay. Revlon is a company in the world internationally, or people are using cosmetics, and they have got a two purpose. They say in the company, they make commodity. There's no purpose. People say they make commodity in the company because what is the big thing? People are making some products about the lipstick or whatever may be. But when they sell on the departmental store or anything, what the purpose changes is we are not selling here commodity, we sell hope. The people who use Revlon products have got more hope and they get more beauty. So the purpose became completely changed. My purpose is to sell hope now. Like Revlon says. So that is what each and every people have got their own purpose, because the purpose has been used or it's been nurtured, and that has been your on the purpose. If you're putting your passion, that's it. You are going to be big. Because what Elon Musk is telling, I got a purpose that I'm not going to serve this community. I'm going to serve the next community, because he is working on sustainable goals, sustainability. Because of this one only, because Elon Musk only, if you see EV vehicle is getting revolutionized across the world. Solar vehicles are coming. Who else is going to do this one? Anybody has done? after Elon Musk is done, only today Indian company is mushrooming with EV vehicles. So he has got a clear goal, vision, mission, and purpose that he is giving and he is working for. Okay, money is a byproduct. Let us not think about money. But first, if you see of money, nothing will come out.
True. Very true. Thank you very much. It was an amazing lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, I think the questions, somebody asked, the not much questions coming here. I'm just seeing the chat session also. Mr. Mohan Raj, please share me the chat history also. I'm not sure I can able to take the copy of it.
Yes, sir.
I will use it for at least to know some other people also can utilize it. And I once again thank everyone in this college for having this time, around 60 people, passionately, and giving your 2 hour, 10 minutes or 2 hour time. And I wish to come to college live and do some demo as well, because on a mindset and habit creations, taking on a virtual mode and the physical mode, there's a lot of differences there. I can do a small workshop on that one. And as I told to Mr. Sudhir sir, and I'm doing coaching and mentoring of myself, and Mr. Dinesh was asking how we can spend on self-development. Yes, self-development, people, you can have your own method of having something you can spend from your earnings, maybe 3%, 2% or 1%, whatever you suits you best. Because knowingly, unknowingly, we are in the world of engineering. As Indra Nooyi says, I also believe you are a lifelong student. When you stop learning, that's end of your career. Your career curve, which is going like a tick mark, because initially you'll have an up and down, then it goes on very loop, parabolic loop, it's going up. The upward journey will drops. Please be in mind. It can be any type of education. Self-learning is very, very important in today's perspective. Select a mentor. It can be from your college, it can be your family, who can guide you, who can help you, and who are not jealous about your growth. So it's very important on mentors. And I'm also mentoring many people from the career perspective, from business perspective, etc. And absolutely, I do some for a monetary, I do some for free, but I'm only adding value. My finally one word I want to tell is this: once there was an interview asked by one great personality that where is the asset or the biggest knowledge base, or we can say the big asset in the world available. Somebody said it's available in the King Solomon mine. Somebody said it's in Polar, gold, all, etc. And that writer of the book said, no, it's available only in the graveyard of human being, because the knowledge and the skills or the the important aspects, whatever they learn, they never delivered to anybody. They kept on their mind and they died. So just give back to society whatever you want, because that's what I'm doing after my 45 years or 46 years of service, and I worked for 25 years. But now it's time to give back my things, what I learned, because keeping in the mind, it's going to get waste maybe another 20-25 years time. Thank you for this wonderful session. And thank you once again, Mr. Sudhir, for taking up the questions and giving a clarity for many people, because clarity in life is very important. And I hope this session has helped, and many people have got their mind got a little bit of shifted, mind blown, I can say. Thanks for the wonderful sessions. Yeah. Mr. Dinesh, you can take up now.
Sir went out, sir.
Oh, sir, then you can give a closing touch here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving a wonderful lecture on engineering to employability. Hope you'd like to have a live session in future, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Maharaj, for this wonderful arrangements and for a team as well. Yeah, it was very interactive. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Participants, you can fill the feedback form I have posted in the chat box.